Hey folks, JodoCast again, and this time we're going to be having a look at a new foregrip extension kit that I've putting together. It will work on the shortened Recon or Retaliator barrel again. So what we'll do is we'll go about taking this apart. You've seen my other videos on how to take it apart and how to cut it down. I'll briefly summarise it again in this video, and then we'll show you the end result. Just bear with us and we'll get it cut to length and glued back in just one moment. Alright, so we've got our barrel extension pulled down, all the bits are removed. So now we'll go and make our necessary cuts so that we can turn this into a shortened version. I'll go do that with a bandsaw and be back in just 1 second. Okay, so once we've got our shortened barrel extension done, which will look like this, that's just using the existing internal barrel, so there's been no additional length added to it. Now we go about assembling the additional components. The first of which we'll have a look at, we'll do the back sight. Now the sight is designed to be actually functional. You have a base, an actual rotating sight piece, which this has just come off the printer, so it could use a bit of a cleanup, but for the sake of the demonstration you'll see what I'm doing. A small screw and a small spring. Now your screw needs to be able to fit through the spring like so, and the idea will be is you fit this sight piece onto the base, and the spring will run through the screw, and spring will run through the middle. So what we might do is we'll put this in place, like get that into place. Now we'll get that so that the thread actually, oh yeah, now the thread must be able to freely push through the hole in the sight, but thread into the hole on the base. So what I'll just do now is just do a couple of turns of thread to affix that into the base. Okay, so get our sight base, and I'm just going to start the thread into the little hole on there, just by rotating it manually. Just a couple of twists, and then we'll just get the screwdriver, and we only want to put a couple of turns into it. Now you just want to make sure your screw's not too long. If it's too long, it will protrude through the bottom here and interfere with your nerf rail, but it has to be long enough to get some purchase and give you enough to be able to relieve the weight of the spring so that you can still turn the actual sight. Alright, so that's the rear sight done. This particular version has got a nerf rail slide on, so it will actually slide onto your strife, etc. This will also be a straight glue-on version, which looks like that, little lower profile, and it's just a flat glue-on base. Alright, now the next piece to look at is the front sight. The back of the front sight has got a small recess in it, and then there's a spacer piece that needs to be fitted into there and glued into place. Now we might wait until we do that on the actual blaster so that we can get it lined up into the proper spot. We'll go about actually putting the barrel extension into the foregrip. For our fittings, top and bottom, and a bit of pressure. She slides on all the way down. Alright, so there's your foregrip fitted. Now you'll see what I mean with this sight. Now this piece actually is designed as a spacer to sit in here to continue this ridged line of the blaster, and then your sight will slide on over your barrel and into that little spacer to give you that effect. So we just need to align that spacer and a couple of drops of glue and glue that into place, and I'll do that and then I'll come back and show you the end result. Okay, so there's your barrel extension finished. You've got your sight in place. The little spacer in between the two there, that's ready to lock onto the front of your blaster. Now we've got the rear sight here, so let's grab a strife and we'll just put these on the strife and see what it looks like. Just bear with me one sec. Alright, and there it is fitted to a strife. That's my MP5 kit. So you've got the foregrip and the rear sight, and that's with a worker stock and the worker 15-shot magazine, and that's the MP5 kit. You can see down the sight there. There you go, that's looking down the sight. And then the idea with this rear sight is that you can rotate it to add accuracy. You just give it a little lift and rotate it around, and it gives you a much smaller receptacle to view your front sight through. So you basically have 4 different sizes on each one of the rotation. So you got your 4 different sight sizes. So there you go. That's the MP5 kit on the strife. And of course you can fit it to a Retaliator or what have you as well. I'll just quickly pop it onto my Rapid Strike. Okay, and so there it is on the Rapid Strike. Now obviously you'd have to switch over and use the flat based sight and affix that into place on the Rapid Strike. So to give you a bit of an idea what it would look like on the Rapid Strike. And again, of course, you can fit it onto a Recon as well. And there's the pieces on a Retaliator. That's with the Retaliator stock. You could use a stock extension on that or get a worker stock. Obviously that's my power stock, so it won't fit onto the Retaliator as is, but if you get a standard worker stock, put the side plates on it, that'll fit onto anything, so that'll fit on there as well. The only difference is your sight, obviously you would have to mount that on the Nerf rail or move it back and mount it on the top plate of the stock so that it doesn't interfere with your cocking mechanism. Mount the sight back here on the actual stock, giving you that sort of overall appearance. But yeah, so there you go. So you get the idea. That's the MP5 barrel extension and sight, and the MP5 rear sight, which is functional. So yeah, that's the latest in my barrel extensions. That will be available from hobbymods.net very soon. So I hope you like it. The MP5 barrel extension. Cheers.